Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
A loss of a yard.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the Jets' 36-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
That throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bills.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll look to run with Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
7, Jets, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up first and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen eluding the pressure right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And this one will be brought back to the 22. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Cordray Tankersley with a pick, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 2nd and 13, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Going deep for Diggs. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go toss right with Coleman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 11-yard line.
They run it here with Edmonds. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's take over 1st and 10.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Chase Edmonds, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will extend their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Good. Makes the score Bills 17, Jets nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. Oh, good move. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll find Hall. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
That's exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 13 yards out. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
12 yards.
So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 48. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
At the 16-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He'll look to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 6 yards away. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Allen finding Knox there, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman.
To number 19.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Tackle made by Delano Hill. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Here's Allen on first and 10. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing again on second down. Allen. Sanders has it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
At the 9-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there and a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. Now it's Crowder. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. They'll look to throw again. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
That is caught inside the 5. And the Jets are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back to throw again. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough. But they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle. The onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
He was brought down at the 27.
We got a plane to catch.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. They go right back to Singletary. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Bills, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.